Jordan, how do you feel physically? I mean, I know you take pride in being out there, no matter how you feel, but it looked like they put some big boys on you and they're trying to rough you up a little bit. How'd you come out of it?
Stronger. Came out stronger. I'm okay. I mean, it's a long season. I want to say this is my first time playing a full season, but I feel really good.
Did you feel all 82?
Actually, it didn't really feel like a whole season. I missed 6 because of the COVID, but I mean, it was a long season, but it wasn't like as long as I was expecting it to be.
Jordan, when you look back on your time in the G League bubble, what do you think you got out of that experience, and how do you think it kind of maybe set the tone for the rest of your career?
In terms of like basketball,
yeah, like what did you learn during that experience? How did you expand your game? Like what did you get out of that experience, if anything?
I mean, it was good to get reps. It was good to go down there and play. I mean, it was overall a good experience. We went on an 11-game winning streak. I mean, pretty much all it is to it.
Jordan, you played a team, 5 games, and they adjust, you adjust. How much did you enjoy that as a thinker and somebody into strategy? How much fun was that element of it, like how they're attacking you and how they switch and how you got to respond?
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. Really cool to be a part of, because we play in the regular season. You play one team and then you go on to the next scouting report really fast. So it's not like you can go super in depth with the scouting report. So now knowing that we get to see the team for potentially 7 games or whatever it is, seeing the coverages change and find a ways to counter that. Just as a student of the game, it's really fun to be a part of it, experience it, and then just find ways to get around it. It was cool. It kind of reminded me of the 2K series me and my brother play.
One of the anomalies of that series was the amount of free throws you and Steph missed. Like, was something, Kevon said something was wrong with the ball in the rim. Would you confirm that or no?
Yeah, we thought it was something when we played in Denver. The rim felt like it was shifted to the right a little bit. Our first game, we didn't mention it until after the first game. But I mean, obviously that isn't like an excuse or anything. But we thought it was a little bit off. And then they had just came in and fixed it during the shoot around there.
Is it weird to see Steph miss multiple free throws like that?
Definitely. Definitely.
Jordan, this is questions out of left field a little bit. I've been wanting to ask you for a while. So I've noticed you have a pretty extensive sneaker collection. Seem like a Kobe guy.
Right.
And I also noticed you usually wear different sneakers during the pregame warm-up from when you're playing. I guess, why is that, and what goes behind the decisions of what type of sneakers you're going to wear that day and all that?
So when I play, I normally find a pair of shoes that I'm that are really comfortable. I don't like to switch different type of pairs or styles throughout the season. Luckily, I found my the Kobe pair that I like this year. But in the warm-ups and pre-games, there will be shoes that I have that I really like that I won't wear because they won't feel how my normal pair feels. So I'll just wear them in pre-game, get the picks off, and change pairs.
Yeah. What were those that you were wearing pre-game last one? They look like Kobe's. They're really colorful.
The yellow ones.
Yeah.
The Kobe ADs. One of them said they came out probably a couple years ago. Those are the only pair like that, though. They were a sample, so
yeah,
you ain't seen those, huh?
I was searching the net.
I
couldn't find them.
He like those. No, yeah, those are the only pair. No flex.
This was your first playoff series, and obviously the postseason is different than the regular season. What was the biggest thing you learned or the biggest difference that you noticed from this first series?
I personally knew coming in that the details mattered a lot, but you really get to see how under a microscope they are, whether it's a turnover leading to like a transition basket or if it's a foul that's stopping the momentum of the game. Little small things like that play a huge part in which way the rhythm swings or, what team gets momentum. So trying to limit the mistakes is much as possible. And then obviously those are highlighted if you do make the mistakes.
Jordan, along those same lines, you've obviously experienced Draymond's intensity in practice every day, but what's it like seeing him in a playoff series, whether it's the small details or trash talking or the basketball IQ? What did you see from him?
A completely different Draymond, different Draymond, and it was really exciting to see. Like the energy he brought, how locked in he was, how focused he was. How he's already a vocal person, but the things he would talk about, how detail oriented he was. His leadership, the way he would move people around, get us into positions. He was just engaged all 48 every single game, and it's really fun to be a part of. Especially with the guys who've been here before, and they've been in a run and won championships. They know exactly what it takes, and being able to see him turn it up, not even one notch, but a couple notches was. It was amazing to see as a basketball fan, but even better to see as a teammate.
Does the trash talking even go up a couple notches?
Like with him, I would assume so. I haven't really heard anything too crazy as I've been on the court with them. But I just think the energy and everybody's kind of in the fight and everybody's engaged and has something to say, and got the whole Russell and Bustle vibe going on. So. Have I heard him step up to trash talking? Maybe, potentially, but we'll see. This pretty sure he'll pick it up, for the rest of the playoffs.
Jordan, one of my favorite things to watch in the playoffs is at the end of the series, the two teams, and you kind of see the relationships and all that stuff. And I know you've been watching playoff basketball all your life. Yeah. What was that like to experience that? I saw a lot of people like coming up to you and you went against Bones for 5 games and all that. What was just that like the first time going through that?
It's really cool to be a part of, just because still at the end of the day there's only 450 NBA players, so like it's a small number, and we're as hard as we go out there and compete and are going our hardest at each other. Like you can tell that at the end of a series, just the respect that people have for each other, and the things that they've learned, and it's something that you may see in game 1 or game 2, and you won't say nothing until the series is over with, and I don't know. It was just really cool to be a part of, and it was special, and guys say what they say at the end, and keep it pushing. But it was pretty cool.
Great. Couple on Zoom real quick. Mark Haynes, go ahead.
Hey JP, now that you're done with you got your first round series win. Was it everything you expected it to be? And do you think this series made you better for the next round?
In terms of everything that I expected it to be, I really didn't come in with any expectations. I didn't know what to expect because it's my first time being here. But I did learn a lot, and I definitely feel like I've gained a lot of knowledge within the games that we just played in this first round. Definitely can add to my game. Learned a lot about my teammates, the other players. But it was definitely exciting, and I'm definitely glad to have that first series under my belt.
Right. Christos, go ahead.
Hey, speaking about your game, what would you like to carry over in the next round? About your effort, about your approach, everything about your game.
I'll just continue to do the same thing that I've been doing, all year. Nothing really changed from the regular season to the playoffs. So just continuing to stay locked in and focused, and still trying to make as big of an impact as I did first series and the rest of the playoffs, and continue to try to help our team win games.
As you guys went over the course of the season, early on, you guys' defense was top shelf in the league. Then you guys hit a dip. It looks like it's starting to come back now to the level where it was earlier in terms of just defensive engagement and stuff. How does the fact that you guys play so many different defenses, how does that impact just the overall quality of defense over the course of a season? Seeing zone, man, switch, box, triangle, whatever.
We feel like it's really good to have in our arsenal, being able to switch up so many different defenses, just because we can throw different coverages at the offense. It may not be perfect at times, but the more practice and experience that we have, whether it's in actual practice or in games that we get, makes it easier for us down the line. But just peaking at the right time, offensively, defensively as a team, and I feel like we have a lot of momentum going forward, and it's really going to benefit us.
And in what ways does Mike Brown challenge you guys on defense?
I mean, like what you mean?
Well, I mean, guys talk about the way he critiques like video, about the things that he emphasizes and those kind of things.
Yeah, he's extremely meticulous when it comes to specific details, especially on the defensive end, and he doesn't let anything slide. He points stuff out, but he also does a really good job of asking the players, or especially like Draymond and the vets, Andre, Steph, what they think will work best, because they've seen some of these coverages or have been in these situations before. So he's extremely proactive, and his communication is top notch. So being able to have him kind of run the show on the defensive end is amazing.
Right. Last one, Maria, go ahead.
Hi, Jordan. Hope you're well. You were just emphasizing the word learning, so I would like to know, what have you learned from two of the most elite shooters the league has in Steph and Clay?
Playoff wise or just in general? Say it again. I'm sorry. Probably just continuing to be aggressive. You're gonna sometimes you'll be able to get hot and run off 4 shots in a row, 5 shots in a row. But in the playoff, you just got to be engaged. For all 48, you may get it in. I think Steph said you may get it in like flurries, and you may get them in, a couple possessions. But just continuing to be aggressive. Don't hesitate. Just play your game, shoot your shots, and you'll execute when the opportunity comes. So continue just to play my game, I guess.
Perfect. Thank you. Jordan is here today. We'll let you know later today what the